how dynamic memory allocation is done in C. So in the previous lecture, we have seen dynamic memory allocation in C++ and deallocation using new and delete operator. Here, you can use calloc and malloc. So the one question can also be, what is the difference between calloc and malloc? Calloc splits the memory, means you have to pass two arguments to give memory location. It allocates the memory by size. Malloc allocates the memory in one shot, means it requires only one argument, number of bytes which are to be allocated. So calloc takes two arguments, number of memory locations which are to be allocated and size of memory location. Here we are, size of int is 2, 5 into 2, 10 bytes we are allocating. It returns the starting address which will be stored in P. Here we are passing only one argument, 5 into size of int. So 5 into size of int is 2, 10, which will be stored in P. Both are used for memory allocation and both will return starting address. Calloc takes two arguments, size and number of memory locations which are to be allocated, while malloc directly takes the number of memory allocation which are to be allocated. Both returns a generic pointer void star and void star. So if P is a generic pointer, integer address is written, stored. If it is float, float. If it is address of a structure, then P value will be P type will be address of the pointer of that structure type. So void star acts as a generic pointer. It can store integer, character, structure, union, etc. Initialization of P before will be done by 0, and if value is assigned, address is written, then by that address. Initialization in malloc is by starting address, otherwise it will store a garbage value. Calloc is slower than malloc, malloc is faster than calloc. It is safe. Generally we use calloc for memory allocation. Calloc is not used. So for dynamic memory allocation in C, we used calloc function. What is difference between calloc and malloc? Calloc takes two arguments, size and number of bytes which are to be allocated, whereas malloc contains only one argument, that is the number of bytes to be allocated. Both stores the starting address of the memory location. Default value is 0, default value is garbage. Calloc is slower, malloc is faster. Calloc is safer, calloc is safer and malloc is not safer. Okay, moving to the next part. From C we go to the programming part, wherein they ask for linear search. So inside an array, if you are searching an element, that search is called as a linear search. Complexity of linear search is O of n. Here what we are doing in the program, we are taking an array, initially size 100, we are taking a search variable CNN, these are variable. Enter the number of elements, we are taking it n. If number of elements are 10, we are running C to 10 and storing those values in array. So if array A n was 3, so it contains 3 elements. So at A 0, 1, 2, 3 elements, 10, 20, 30. This is taken from the user. Enter the element to be searched. Suppose we want to search 20. So 20 will be stored in search variable. What linear search will we do? It will apply a for loop. From 0 till the end of the index of the array, what we are doing, we are comparing array element to the search variable. So A of 0, 10 is equivalent to 20 or not. A of 120 is equivalent to 20 or not. A of 230 is equivalent to 30 or not, and we are firing back the result. So what is the complexity? It will run from 0 to n. The complexity is O of n, linear. Okay. Binary search. Complexity is log of n. Log of n. Why log of n? We have to search for only half of the index of the array to find the elements. For this, precondition is your array should be in the sorted order. So your array 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What you will do, you will find mid of the array. Suppose mid is 30. you will compare the element to be searched. Element to be searched is 45 in this case. So element is greater than the mid, then we repeat the search procedure in the next half. In the next half, we do the same thing. We find out the mid. Mid will be 40. 45 greater than 40, then we move the search in the next part. You will get a condition where the element is present at the mid. If it is not present at the mid, index are exhausted, and you say, so in every operation, what you are doing, you are skipping half of the array, half of the array, half of the array. Therefore, complexity is log of n binary search. For that, what you do, you take the array, you take the first index, last index, and you take the element to be searched. What you do, you find mid. If the start element is greater than equal to the last element, you find the lead. L plus R minus 1, this will give you mid. You find whether the element is present at the mid, you return the mid. If the element is not present, if it is greater, same procedure is repeated in the upper half. If this if condition is not satisfied, same procedure is repeated in the lower half. What you are doing, you are finding the mid, you are checking whether the element is present at the mid or not. If it is present at the mid, then return mid. Otherwise, we check whether the element is greater or less. So if element is less, we are doing it in the lower half. If the element is greater, we are doing it the upper half, and we are recursively doing this procedure till the end of the array. That is binary search. I told you, okay, we will see matrix multiplication. If a two-dimensional matrix, this question can be asked. So for condition for matrix multiplication, your ij index of first matrix A and B is the index of second matrix. Okay, so this K and L. So this the column number, these are rows and these are columns of first matrix. This is row and column of second matrix. The column number of the first matrix should be equivalent to the row of second matrix, then the matrix multiplication can be performed. That is the first case you need to check. If it is a square matrix, n by n matrix, 5 by 5, A was 5 by 5, B was 5 by 5. The column of the first matrix is equivalent to the row of second matrix. Matrix multiplication can be performed. Resultant array will be the row of first matrix and column of second matrix. So resultant matrix C will be 5 by 5. So if you are doing two multiplication using two-dimensional array, so you have to take I index for the first, J index for the second. Means you are taking I index for this, J index for this, and you are for this common part you are taking K index. So how is multiplication performed? Result of Ij, new matrix, what is being altered? The middle part, K is being altered. So 1 0 will be multiplied by 0 1, 1 1 will be multiplied by 1 1, 1 2 will be multiplied by 2 1. What is being multiplied? The row of the first matrix will be multiplied by the column of the second matrix. When I's value is 2, 2 0, now this one will be replaced by 2. 2 0, 2 1 and 2 2 will be multiplied by 0 2, 1 2 and 2 2. So second row of the first matrix will be multiplied by the second column of the second matrix, and so on to give the index elements, the matrix element. So what your part will be, traverse this part at home, taking a simple 2 by 2 matrix, how this logic works, and see the execution. Next question which are asked, what is a palindrome? Means if reverse of the number is equivalent to the original number, then it is a palindrome. 515. So reverse of 515 is 515. It is a palindrome. What is a Armstrong number? sum of cube of each digit of the number is equivalent to the original number, then it is a Armstrong number. Classic example of reversing a string. How write a program to reverse a string? So you can use a string function directly, or you can write your user defined function to reverse a string. That logic you have to explore. So these are the common questions.